And welcome to the Dead Unicorn, the tabletop role-playing game club. My name is Tarek, and today we're playing Outlaws of Alkenstar. I want to introduce you to our players, Logan, Sasha, Crystal, Victor, and Corey. Before we start, I'd like to thank our patrons scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for keeping the lights on and helping out in so many ways. If you'd like to join us, feel free to check out our Patreon link, which should be in the description of the video. And come see all kinds of character artwork, behind the scenes content, and all the awesome content Corey gives away for free on there, and to our different tiered subscribers. And with that done, let's go ahead and begin. I will go ahead and pass it off to, let's start with Corey today, to do a little bit of a character intro and a recap.
So I've decided that I'm going to do a little change to my character. We're going to have a southern accent. It's going to be light. It's going to be delightful. This is how Father Ur's going to talk from now on. And I hope everybody's going to be okay with that. How does that sound? Father Ur is a native to Alkenstar. He is a cleric of Bry, the goddess of machinery. He has been pretty much taken out of his church by the powers that be. They have decided he is a criminal. Total slander, of course. And now he is going to go get some payback. And that's all you need to know about Father. How about you, Victor? What character you be playing today?
Today I'm playing Malcolm Embers. He is a criminal that has his comeuppance come for him in the form of a betrayal. He was sold out to the authorities, and now he's seeking revenge. He is a orc Nari, which is for my D&D friends, would be the equivalent of a fire genasi. And he looks very much upset all the time. Currently, he has a bandana covering half his face, a sort of symbol that he is very much a bandit and an outlaw. What about my friend Logan over here?
Well, I will be playing Benjamin Carmichael, a former gun runner and a fetchling sharpshooter, with definitely a big vendetta to fulfill, that's for sure. Passing it on short and sweet down to Azura then. Crystal.
Hi, y'all. I'm Azura Crofter, a kitsune gunslinger. So, I look like a fox person. A little bit smaller than most humans. Fuzzy red hair, black ears, black hands. Anyway, as I said, I'm a gunsmith. Oh, yeah, of course. I got cute little pads on my hands.
Got beanies.
Beanies.
Oh, and I can turn into a fox. I know y'all probably all think that we turn into humans, but I turn into a fox. And anyway, I was just minding my own business, taking care of the shop, making ammunition, making guns. And this lady, well, let's not call her a lady, Angelique Lovelace, she decides that I'm a criminal, and now I'm on the run. So I gotta clear my name. Maybe take her down a peg. All right, I guess that just leaves Sasha.
Hi, I'm Sasha. I'll be playing the Morgan. I'm not feeling super well today, so I might not be doing my accent. But Moor is a strange-looking Kashrishi, which is a race of people that look kind of like a little rhinoceri. They're really tiny and cute, and they like tootle around on little feet. But Moore isn't quite a full Kashrishi. And the thing that they are known for is their long crystalline horns that they can use to sense other people's emotions. She's a sorceress, and she has her own bone to pick with Lovelace, among other people. And so she has also joined this group of miscreants here as a contact to the criminal underworld.
Anyone want to do a quick recap of what happened last game before we jump into it?
I think that's your job now, isn't it?
I am offering this opportunity to any other players who might be interested in giving their perspective on it.
Father sounds like he should be offering me sun tea.
True. I was going to say, he sounds like he's from Georgia or like the Michael Jackson family.
I can try to give a recap. This game starts very late for me, but I will do my best.
Your mic just died.
From your perspective, from your character perspective.
Hello?
Yeah, you're
Hello.
still low.
Hello?
All right.
How about
Speaking of Michael
How about that?
Jackson, why am I so washed out?
Is this any better? We still not good?
No, you're good now.
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
It's probably just that we need curtains.
So all of our characters met up with our contact at a bar. We got a job, which was to rob a bank, because robbing this bank would royally screw over our mutual friend, Lovelace, and what's the other one?
Mugland?
Mugland.
And
Ambrose Mugland. Somehow the two are connected, and we are all connected to them. And we spent the evening, first we accepted the job, then we spent the evening plotting. Some of us split up and we went to different places to check things out. Some of us went to kind of scout out the bank ahead of time. Some of us went to go and try to chat up some of the employees from the bank. And from what I remember, Moore got a hold of some bank keys, to the vault and to some other places in the bank. Somebody was talking. Did y'all talk to anybody? I don't remember at that point. I think y'all.
Yeah, they went to the Whaling Scrapyard.
Yep.
And they didn't go
in there
necessarily inside the Whaling Scrapyard. They went to
just
go
got
talk
some
to
information
individuals
about the Whaling
who
Scrapyard.
knew about the Whaling Scrapyard and the people who lived there.
And apparently, the Whaling Scrapyard is this place at the only out from the bank, our only feasible route of escape, which is theoretically haunted. So that's nice. And it's full of little loot goblins, literal loot goblins that are obsessed with scrap.
Nail gobblers.
Yeah.
And sludge
nail
spine
goblins,
gnolls.
And we're also aware that we will have to deal with some automaton creatures that will be guarding the inside of the bank. And I think I've covered pretty much all the major points. Now we are trying to reconvene and discuss our plans, I think, before the heist.
Yeah, exactly. So what I wanted to do was give y'all an opportunity, both before the night is over and early in the morning, depending on how y'all want to do this, to set up an in-game plan of action of how y'all want to go about actually pulling this heist off. With all the information that you gathered last week, you should have more than enough resources to kind of make a go at coming up with formulating a plan and then executing on that plan. And I'd like to know, before everybody splits off to go to sleep for the night, what the plan is going to look like, when you want to execute that plan, and then we'll jump into that portion of the game, doing any prep or setup that you want to do before that.
Someone's getting messages or something. I don't know.
Yeah, we keep hearing. "Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
What up?
Someone
I
might
don't
want
know.
to silence their notifications.
Our guilty GM there.
Nope, I have a silenced phone.
It was totally me.
No.
It was that one. Is everybody in the right place, Corey, on the stream?
Yeah. Ain't they? Logan's the barber, right?
Yep.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, everybody's in the right place.
Okay, cool.
Are all of our characters gonna share a tavern one night and wake up with haircuts, Logan?
The midnight club.
Yeah, I don't know why you're
can
called the
neither
barber.
confirm nor deny these accusations.
You don't bake people into meat pies, do you?
That does not sound like cutting hair or selling guns, so I would assume not.
For legal purposes, he has to say no.
I'm not
Of
allowed to
course
divulge information about an ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
What are you, a cop?
Yeah, what are you, some kind of cop? What are you, a narc?
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
Look, do you want to buy the meat pies or not?
Wanna buy some drugs?
Okay, so before the end of the night, y'all all will kind of regroup at the Barrel and Bucket before going off to your own separate ways.
Wait, is it barrel and
feel
bucket or
free to
barrel and
disperse-
bullet?
It's the Barrel and Bullet. Did I say bucket?
You said
You
The
said
Barrel
bucket.
and Bullet. Yeah, Barrel and Bullet.
Because we drink from the barrel, and once
If
that's
you
done, we
want,
go to the bucket.
I think I have a actual map for the Barrel and Bullet.
We keep saying it, we're gonna get it wrong going forward, so we need to
Bullet, bullet,
Barrel and
bullet.
Barrel and bullet.
Split up
We
here
go back to the barrel and bullet.
and activate.
Hey, I'm gonna need to restart my computer because I'm having some errors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm having pop-ups on my screen that I can't get rid of that are covering my character sheet and my
brilliant.
application, so I can't open things. So I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
I love sheet metal roofing. Very cool.
Well, I am loading up the Barrel and Bullet Saloon for all of you to take a
I
look
see
at
that.
so that people can see
It's
it on
happening.
the screen as well.
I just
Slowly
see a
but
roof.
surely.
Can we
Yep,
move our?
there's a roof.
Can we get our icons on there? Can you unpause the game?
The roof is not on fire.
You should be able to now.
I don't see nothing.
No, I can't. I can't bring my token out. You're gonna have to give us our tokens.
Configure ownership. Yeah, all y'all have ownership.
No, you have to drag our tokens onto the map, and then we can move them. I think.
Okay.
Because I'm not able to pull it
Yeah,
out.
I haven't been able to drag anything. Hey, there's me.
Hey, yo.
Oh, I can't do it. I don't
There I am. Can I move around now?
Oh, you're doubled up.
Yeah, there I am. Okay, I'm moving around. Look at me. Look at me go, guys. Woo!
Wow, you are all nerds. I know I say
y'all
that
would
while
all
we're
be out
gathered
here,
to
actually.
play Pathfinder 2nd Edition on stream, but
Y'all would all. Yeah, hey, stop moving. Stop moving, Corey.
I'm gonna put myself in the. Oh, we're here. Okay, we're not in the private room. We're in the bar room. Got it.
We're not in the.
Oh, the chandelier is above us. Nice.
Where's everybody else?
I'm still where we started because I'm not sure where we're supposed to
They
move.
did a good job with these maps. Best. They got the layers right and everything.
Ha! Look, it's a pug cowboy.
Come, draw your guy over here.
I can't move my
Oh,
tokens anymore.
I'm moving y'all's tokens. Stop moving it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my hands are up.
Stop counter moving.
moves and counters.
I'm assuming we're going to the bar with Phoebe.
I mean, we don't necessarily have to.
Yeah, that's all up to y'all. I'm assuming y'all are gonna grab a table, sit down, and
That's kind of
in
what
fact,
I
if
thought,
y'all
too.
want a private meeting room, I can bring y'all to a private meeting room.
I feel like
Might be a good
considering what we're
idea.
gonna talk about.
To
Might
not,
be a
you
good
know,
idea.
So,
plan
so
a
then
bank
give me a
heist
second.
out in the
I will
open.
bring y'all into a private meeting room.
Hey, Crystal, I just want to check your level, make sure you're not quieter than everybody else. Can you say a few things?
So, might be a good idea if we can move into a private meeting room, not talk about the bank. How do I sound, Corey? You
Do
want to
later
bump
in
me up a
public?
little?
Yeah. I want to pump you up a little. Talk to
Pump
me.
up the
But
lot
you're not on a
busier
chair.
than what it
So
looks
now you're on
like.
a chair.
I'll move a chair over there.
You want to sit in front of the door?
I don't care.
All right.
What happened to my stream?
Well,
I'm trying to sit next to
Oh, no.
this wall for
Is
reasons.
your stream interrupted?
Yes.
Okay, do you want me to move to the other side of the table?
I don't care. I can sit here.
here,
It doesn't
it's
matter.
fine.
Do we need to take a pause again?
There we go.
Yeah,
We're
that
back.
was good.
Okay.
If there's anyone trying to eavesdrop or hang around next to the wall, I want to know about it. That's why I'm over here.
Okay.
We're in such a small.
Can y'all hear the rowdy noises in the background? Should I pause
Yes,
that?
I was
Yeah.
saying this bar sounds a lot busier than it looks.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's still kind of getting close to nighttime. There's a lot of people in here drinking, getting rowdy. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit because y'all are in a private room, so it's going to just bar background noise at this point.
All right.
And feel free to take it away.
Well, I trust everyone had a productive evening.
Not as
More
much as
pulls
one
the
might hope.
keys.
But
Moore pulls the keys out and jingles them, and then
He,
puts them down on the table.
What have
And
you
says-
got?
Very productive evening.
How about we
Bankies?
start with what we found?
Well, I don't
Okay.
know. Those keys on the table now. I think that's the what the conversation needs to be set around. I can't abide a mystery.
Let's just say that one of the tellers wasn't particularly happy with management. He was a bit easy to get drunk and then smooth talk. Practically gave me the keys.
And
Practically begged you to rob the place.
those keys, do they belong to the bank vault or do they just belong to some of the doors?
Both. Apparently, there's 2 keys necessary to access the vault. The teller has one, the teller on duty, and so does the manager. We have one of the keys necessary now to access the vault. One of these keys also opens the front gate, and I assume some of these others open maintenance rooms or other places inside the bank.
Well, then we don't have to go through the front door, which is very nice.
They are marked, by the way, each key. One says BTS.
BTS?
One has a big V on it. One has
Okay, so we have BTS, HW, S, and what was the second one in that list?
V for victory.
V for victory.
How are the keys marked? Are they engraved? Like
Yes,
into the
there is
metal?
there is a
So-
very low effort engraving. Looks like somebody marked them almost like
Like
scratched
with a
it
knife
out
or something.
with like a knife. Yeah.
Well, if we need 2 keys to enter the vault, and Urkham Dresh has the other one, well, she's going to be a tough cookie to crack. You see, she's a miserly spinster. She got nobody and no one. All she got is that bank.
It's a
And she
shame we
loves
weren't
her-
able to set up this for longer. We could have made this a much more interesting sort of con.
She loves her money, let me tell you. She is what is known in the community as a skinflint.
As a what?
A skinflint.
I don't know what that means.
You know, a skin flim flam.
Now, flim flam, something totally different.
A miser.
Yeah, someone who does not like to part with their money.
Oh my god, all these things just.
So it's lady. Man, I can hear myself talk through Tarek's microphones.
Damn.
So if we need her key, and she doesn't have anybody, the only thing she has is her bank, then it's gonna be a pretty tough peach. Man, I can hear myself. And that's not. It's making me anxious. I
I
would
don't
Poor
see
say
that being
man.
too much of a obstacle. Doesn't matter how miserly or otherwise you are. If the choice is hand over the key or receive a beating or some other form of violence, I'm sure they're going to come around just fine.
Y'all were told that by Phoebe that she believes that the woman, the bank manager woman, would fold under pressure if you were if you could be convincing enough to coerce her. She might.
yes. We need
My
somebody who is quite skilled at intimidation.
I might be able to handle that.
Good, because these are
Sounds
not
like a
within my
plan.
skill sets. I lift people's spirits. I do not beat them down.
Oh, well. I try not
So,
to do
how
so
about-
much harm when I can avoid it, but, you know, teeth and claws.
They do look awfully sharp.
So how about this? You, rifleman. And he like turns to the barber.
Yes.
How about you put that thing to good use, and we get a rooftop so you can do Overwatch.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I do my best
Right.
work farther away.
So, oh,
The three who went to the scout out the actual bank can give me a quick let's say thievery check.
I believe that would be me, the barber, and
Would it be thievery? I'd also take engineering or firearms if you have it. Lore firearms, lore engineering, or thievery. The best things I can imagine.
I will do
Their
this.
proficiencies.
Dirty 20.
13. Ooh.
Okay. Both Azura and Benjamin, which I guess is fitting, will notice that, or will remember that there are not great sight lines into the building from outside. That being said, you could probably set up somewhere in like either the back alley or the front alley to keep an eye out on the like alleyway approaches or the street approaches in case somebody was like coming in toward you. And then try to like desperately get out of the way through like abandoned buildings or something. But you wouldn't have a good shot into the bank itself, and you feel like that might be on purpose. The way that it's been built up and the way that the windows lay, you wouldn't get a great sight line from another from atop a building in that area. That being said, you do know, like I said, that you could probably cover sight lines down any of the streets to kind of keep an eye out for like as a lookout as you would. But then the other thing you would know is if you're in the front of the building keeping a lookout for anyone who might be coming toward the bank, you would have a much harder time getting across the way to the street. You'd risk yourself getting like cut off from the rest of the party if they were to escape into the alley in the back of the building and then through the scrap yard as the initial plan was. So if you're out in the front on top of a building, harder time to get to like regroup. Though you could maybe set up like a rendezvous point or something like that at a time.
I think the idea behind the Overwatch out in front of the building would not necessarily be to be firing into the building. But I remember something being mentioned about like a patrol on the outside of the building, and at least conceptually, we could engage the patrol in front of the building, drawing more forces towards the front than the rest of the party can get in through the employee entrance in the back.
Well, we found out that the automatons. I keep wanting to say Warforged. The automatons.
We call them clockworks.
Yeah, that the clockworks. That they will go as far as 50 feet away from the bank if they perceive a threat, but then they'll stop there. And we were told that they're kind of stupid. So if we could potentially draw them into the scrapyard behind the bank.
You might even be just as a like fair bit of information. You might even be able to, because I gave Logan this information last game. A lot of the buildings around the bank were abandoned. So if you could draw them into one of the abandoned buildings, you might be able to take them out without drawing a ton of attention because it would be quiet and in an abandoned building.
We have someone
And
on
then when we actually
Overwatch.
went into the bank, we wouldn't have to deal with them. We would just have to deal with the manager and potentially patrons.
So how about this? We could have someone on Overwatch. In this case, it would be the barber. We could have someone try to drag the automatons into essentially like the back alley or the other buildings that are abandoned. He stays there as kind of like the insurance in case of an emergency. And we draw them out, hopefully one by one.
Pull them out and go
You don't know. You don't know what necessarily the deployment pattern of
I don't
these
think they're going to go one
patrolmans-
by one.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't know where they're going to be going, so you may want to like, plan for the possibility that one or more.
Yeah,
If they're
if we
any
have to
decent
fight
guard
them, we might have to
formation, they're
fight them
not-
all at once.
Oh, but I will say that
Yeah.
Crystal did notice that there were 3 in the building when she went to go
Yeah.
scout. There were 3 in the back when she could see from the back window.
So we haven't actually talked about what, like, the people who went to the bank or the scrapyard found yet.
Yeah, for sure.
We should totally do that.
But, yeah, we checked out the bank pretty good. I took a look at the back. Looked like there wasn't really any place good to hide or try to sneak in the back alley because it's full of dried out plants. It's probably all rustly back there. But if we've got a back key, that's another story. Let's see. There were... God, that's really getting to me.
The noise?
The echo.
Yeah, the echo.
You need to lower my mic sensitivity or whatever.
I did. I turned down both of our mic sensitivities. The only other thing I can think is that you would need to turn the volume down.
I mean, they're already really low.
I saw 3 clockworks making their rounds on the inside. We can only assume that there's at least 3 more around. Yeah, there were definitely a few outside as well. Of course, we can't say where they'll be tomorrow. Yeah, what do y'all got?
Well, so far, from my understanding, Rifleman here wants Overwatch. And like he looks at Ashura, and you feel confident you can shake down the bank manager?
I think I can handle it.
He nods and then says, "So how about this? We have our Overwatch on the front. Probably someone to take care of him in case he needs the backup. And then the other three go to the back and try to disable the automatons on the inside and proceed to shake down the bank manager."
Let's see.
Seems like a sound enough plan. And it seems like there's a lot of things that could go wrong and throw a wrench in it, you know?
He nods and then looks at the others. Any additions? Any better ideas?
So, someone to watch our getaway. It's not a bad idea.
I don't like that idea. I think we should storm the entire place together. It's not like the cops, the town guard run around that place often.
Oh, I think we should go there as soon as the bank opens. It's probably the least busy time, less likely to hurt innocents, and to have fewer witnesses.
Look, if somebody's out there coming in, that's like if the guards come early, and we need that lookout, how are they going to get the information to us anyways that we need to scram past? And why can't we just like give a few silver to a kid to be a lookout? I mean, if we're going to take one of us who has a lot of skills and abilities that can help us inside and take that person out of our group, just seems like a lot of talent that we're... Sorry, Sasha, I muted Tarek so we wouldn't get a echo, so I got you back up. What were you saying?
I wouldn't trust a kid not to take our silver and leave.
You know, really, I'm not certain we need anybody outside. I mean, not that it's a bad idea necessarily, but it might just not be needed. Hopefully we can be quick and just get right out of there.
6 a.m.
I asked before, could we actually get there before when the bank?
It would cut into your sleep time, but yeah, you could.
What is that? What does it would cut into our sleep time actually mean though for us?
It would mean that you would likely have to travel wherever y'all sleep, wherever y'all are staying at this point. You would have to travel, like get up early, travel from there into the iron yard, and then try to, like the Ironside quarter, and then get into position.
I mean,
before 6 a.m.
What I think she means is there a mechanical
benefit?
I said that last game that y'all would start with an exhausted trait.
Then let's not do that because it doesn't. I don't see why it matters what time we go in.
If it'll take that long for the guards to get there anyway, then the number of civilians
I kind of think it does matter. Optimally, what I would have liked to do, if we had the time for it, very upset with this very short time frame of rob a bank tomorrow morning.
Yeah, right.
If we had the time for it, what I would have done is we would have found out where the bank manager lives, and on her way to work, we would have interrupted her, taken her keys, tied her up, and dumped her somewhere where she would be found in a few hours. And then we would have taken her keys, we would have disguised ourselves, walked into the bank with both sets of keys, disguised as the bank manager, gone to the vault, robbed them blind, and then dipped out before anyone was the wiser.
So I already did the footwork on trying to find her. She doesn't go anywhere. She doesn't do anything. She goes straight from her home, and nobody seems to know where her home is. Apparently, this is a well-guarded secret amongst the town that nobody knows where this person lives.
Well, if we had the time, we could have followed her home ourselves, but we don't.
Yes.
There's no use dwelling on it.
Yes. So I figure we just get the sleep we're going to get. Go there when we go, and just do it. Trust. We're going to put our trust in Phoebe, or is that her name? Yes, Phoebe Dunsmith, the one who hired us. Let's just put our faith in her. She set this up. She said this was the right thing to do.
Well, she said that this was your opening because this is the only time she has an opening for
Yes.
in which the full complement of guard robots would not be on premises.
So if she thinks we can do it, and just anytime tomorrow,
And
is the time
it's
to
a
do it.
test.
I mean, I can go ask her if we need to do this immediately in the morning or any time during the day, if you like.
I think Phoebe is hoping that we can do it more so than expecting that we can.
Well, that's certainly comforting.
All right, then.
So then that's the plan. We just storm the gates, shoot out inside.
We draw
Well, the
them
most
away
important
into an
thing would
abandoned
be-
building, the robots. We pick them off there, deal with them, however that is. Whether we incapacitate them, whether we destroy them, it doesn't matter. They're just things. They don't think, they don't feel.
I
then-
beg to differ. They are special artifacts that were created in the form of Bry, and they should be given at least the least amount of respect we can. Thank you.
She turns to look at Father and she says, I can sense the emotions of every living thing. And those things,
Just because they're
They don't
beyond
have
your
anything.
capabilities does not mean that they are somehow less special.
beyond my capabilities.
There are many things we don't know in this world.
They aren't alive, and that's all that matters to me.
If it matters,
paintbrush.
we're gonna have to use them to.
A paintbrush
bargain
is
with,
not alive. A piano is not alive. But you destroy one in front of an artist, and you can see the pain and terror and horror that person will experience and fear because of that.
I would destroy many a paintbrush if it meant getting revenge on those that we were all gathered here to deal with. I thought that was the point.
I don't think that losing ourselves is just to get revenge is going to be helpful in the long run. But we'll come to those bridges. We'll get there eventually.
I will lose no sleep over broken toys.
If it matters, I'm sure we can figure a way to scrap them respectfully and make use of all the parts that made them.
Is that in your divine commandments, Father?
Just giving these machines the respect they deserve. I'm not saying not to defend yourselves. If push comes to shove, by all means, we must protect ourselves. But that said, try not to go out of your way just to smash something. We're all part of a divine clockwork, after all. Each one of us could be considered a single cog in the machinery of life in the world.
Don't worry, Father. I'll do my best to put them down clean.
So it seems that's the course of action. Just storm the gates and immediately try to shake down the bank manager as soon as we're here.
Well, I don't think we need to go in guns blazing.
I think so too. We can sneak in the back and then grab the bank manager. Maybe we don't even have to worry about any of that. Just grab her and threaten her and take her key.
You know, all quiet like.
Right, through the back it is then.
All right. Is there anything else that needs to be added to this plan?
To me,
Well,
it sounds, since these things are particularly not smart, perhaps they would be able to hide easily from them, as long as we have something to interpose ourselves from them, like a crate or something.
Tarek, can I make a check to see whether these things are smart enough to realize where we are if we've, like, hidden behind something?
The automatons?
Yeah.
So the clockworks you noticed were able to spot things in a 360 degree area.
Yeah.
When you were doing your patrol.
Uh-huh.
You also noticed they had some like shield over their head that rotated to clear that vision, right? And inside there was this like burning fire. You're not 100% sure whether it would be able to see, like, perceive things behind objects or what have you, but you do know that it has a very clear capability to spot things all around it. Whether that is like impeded by sight lines and stuff like that, you probably would imagine so, but I couldn't give you any more specifics on that one.
Can you give us that information?
Actually, there is a skill check that you can make.
Because
Give me 1
before
second.
you had me do a check on, I think, engineering, and you were like, "Oh yeah, you know this exact model." And
yeah,
so
crafting and craft engineering gave you information specifically on the creature because you'd made a creature identification check is what you made. I had you
Okay.
and Corey make it, and you were able to succeed. Give me 1 second while I pull up that stat block again. Oh, this is the wrong thing.
And I'm kind of wondering, basically, like, how good, how long-term is their memory? Like, would I have to sit there for 5 minutes for them to forget me, or would they just, like, remember forever that I hadn't left? That kind of thing.
Okay, you can give me a lore engineering or crafting check. Both anyone who has crafting or lore engineering can give me a check.
Oh, look, they're the same.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Lore, crafting, or engineering, you said?
Yeah.
Lore engineering or crafting. Those are two different skills.
Oh, I see. Well, I got +1 crafting. I guess you could try.
That was a poor roll.
That's an 18 out of 17. I forgot to put in the +1.
14.
Okay. You're not sure about the memory capabilities, Azura, and Malcolm. You do know that these creatures are they're mindless constructs, right? They are used for all sorts of things, depending on like the model. They can be used as factory workers. They can be used as guards. They could be used as like basic teller workers, like communications. There are more complex versions of these creatures, and from what you know, they're probably the most basic type because not many people want to shell out the kind of cash that it would take to get a more complicated version. The base
Right,
information that you would know, it again similar to the stuff that we've already disclosed. They have the ability to see 360 degrees around them, and they seem to be programmed very simply to process information and like commands that have been pre-programmed into them. So their behavior patterns are always very consistent. You're not sure if they have any kind of memory. Corey,
So it is uncertain if they have object permanence for me.
can you say that one more time?
It's
It is uncertain if they have object permanence.
Yeah, for you, it's not. You're not certain. Corey, I can honestly say, since you rolled an 18, your character would know a lot of special information about these creatures. They do not necessarily have object permanence in that they wouldn't recognize the same creature twice, but as the same creature. Though they would be able to identify. So, like, if you were there, they would know you're the aggressor and can keep track of multiple targets in a single encounter. But if you, for instance, left for 30 minutes and came back, they might not recognize you as the same creature who was being aggressive earlier.
I do have a specific question too. That light in the middle of them, if we extinguish them, do they cease to function or do they cease to see?
You would know specifically that it is an ever-burning lantern that is installed inside of their head, and you cannot extinguish them.
Yeah, well...
I mean...
outside of magical means. If you have some kind of magical way to dismiss that magic, then you could, but it's not easily extinguished.
Yes, you can't just pour water on it, it would go away.
Exactly.
Can you, like, use an extinguish spell?
You potentially could. It would be difficult. There's a thing, there's rules in this game for an action called counteracting, and it would take not only using the spell, but then making a counteract check to try to counteract the spell effect that is at play. If you didn't roll well enough on that check, it would not extinguish.
Not that I can do that. I don't have spells.
I'll let you guys know. These automatons that are guarding our little clockwork friends, while they would know that we're aggressors if we act a certain way, if we leave and then come back in like 30 minutes, they may not recognize us. That said, that they can see 360 degrees. They can't see through things, but they can see all around them. And that little light inside of them, it's magic. So I wouldn't try to douse it with a little bit of water. That's not going to work.
I will also tell you, Corey, that they have a special ability, especially the type that are guards, that give them the ability to spotlight someone within a 30-foot cone of wherever that little like visor points.
Also,
so they can get very clear determination of information based on that.
Also, that little light, they can use it as like a spotlight lantern and follow you wherever you're going. So if you're trying to hide from them, I don't know if that's going to work all that well.
They also can communicate between each other with a siren alarm that goes off that is very loud and sounds very.
And they can sound an alarm. They have internal alarm systems. That's all I know. I hope that helps.
Then how about this? How well is someone at acting natural, per se?
Acting natural. I think that would work all up until we grab the bank manager. She probably has one with her at all times. I wouldn't be surprised.
Acting natural.
I wouldn't be surprised if she had a guard with her either.
There to go to work, just like the bank tellers.
They know their own employees. I checked.
Oh, the automatons?
I'm not sure about the automatons, but I'm certain that the people who work there know their own employees. If we just showed up and went about our day trying to act like a teller, without a very good disguise and an impersonation of someone who worked there, they would know in a moment that we didn't belong. And then I'm sure they'd alert the automatons.
Like I said, we need everybody with all of their skills inside if we're going to be able to take this bank.
Okay, so good night's sleep. Meet up before we go over. Let's decide where and what time. I suppose we could just meet up here again. Yeah.
That would work.
And Tarek, how late do we need to sleep to make sure we are not exhausted?
Effectively, since y'all spent 4 hours here, I'm going to say you will get a full 8 hours rest if you want to come at this place like after 6 a.m. after it's open. You can get a full night's rest and arrive around like 6:30, maybe 7 a.m. Getting a full night's rest. You can even like rest a little earlier as long as you don't go before. Like you could try to arrive exactly at 6 a.m. And still get rest enough that you wouldn't have to like have any exhaustion. But if you try to show up earlier than that, then you would get into exhaustion.
Well, I figure we should go as early as we can to avoid the most amount of patrons.
Potentially, that might be a good idea. I did also post up information in the chat. I don't know if everybody saw it about what Phoebe had told you about the information the day
I saw it.
or like earlier in the day.
Chat.
Basically, Phoebe mentioned yesterday that clockworks that were leaving on escort would be arriving back at the bank between noon and 1 p.m. the following day. The bank opens at 6 a.m. That leaves you about 6-hour window to perform the heist and get out of there from the moment the bank opens till the moment when you can start expecting the automatons to return. She also made it clear that when you all spoke, that she was using this heist as a test of all of your skill and worth to stick her neck out to help you to either clear your name or get revenge, as well as a sizable payday, because y'all will all be getting a cut from this.
We each get 10%.
Mm-hmm. However, all of this was contingent on you being able to deliver on this heist, because this is the first time they knew where the actual half of the defense force would be out.
We have a great idea from the chat. If I can share this with you for
Bring it on, slap it on me.
Disguise yourself as a sexy robot and then lead them down a dark alley.
That might get you further than 50 feet.
Did Catch Up say that?
More than 50 feet.
Who said that?
Be like, hey there, big boy.
I am a sexy robot.
That comes from Twitch.
I am a sex machine.
Okay, so we're going to need a lot of tinfoil and a lot of oil.
Please insert hard disk.
Oh, God.
Hey.
Those girls don't wear cases.
We don't take floppy drives anymore. Sorry.
We're
have modern robots
anymore. They're all hard drives.
I need to install my dongle.
Please insert dongle.
Oh no, I got infected with malware. 9 months.
Oh no.
The worst. Okay.
All
right, so everybody, is that where we're breaking for the night? Everybody's going back to their respective hideouts. If you don't have a hideout, like let's say if you're a person who was not from Smokeside, if you were from Skyside previously, you can pretty much bet that your house is no longer available to you, wherever you were staying previously. And as a result, you will be welcome to stay in the Barrel and Bullet. There's a like sleeping quarter here that like operates kind of like an inn, and Phoebe will put you up for the night. If you have your own place to rest in Smokeside, then you can feel free to go back to that place, rest, and then come back the next day.
I kind of figured it wouldn't really be safe for any of us as outlaws to go back home.
No.
True, but I imagine that certain people probably had
safe
like
houses
rat holes or safe houses that they were staying at anyway, where
Oh,
police
okay.
probably aren't likely
Those
to
who
go.
were already involved in the criminal underworld probably had a place
Yeah, no.
in backup in Smokeside.
I
But,
mean, I
like,
was
other
selling
people
weapons, but
Or like I was thinking, even like
mostly legit.
Corey might have people who he like tended to as a flock, who might be willing to put him up and cover for him, as like a way to pay their respects to the priest who was looking after them. maybe Victor might have family or like people who they know.
He would not go to his family in order to avoid risking them
Yeah,
and
same
to
here.
pulling them into this plot. He does
So if you are,
he is a oh sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you're planning on not returning to those places, perfectly good. I would like to know that, and that means that you're most likely all going to be staying at the barrel and bullet.
I would say
Sounds
though,
good to
as a
me.
professional, per se outlaw or criminal, he would probably do have some kind of hideout for himself.
Yeah,
Which
I
is not
figured
connected
Moore
with
also
just-
did, because Moore and the barber are both kind of professional and semi-professional criminals. So
By the way, I'm going to share something with all of y'all. I highly recommend you pin it into your.
Oh, a thing.
Yeah, it's a player screen, quote unquote, is what they call it, and it gives you a
actually
basic
I'm
rundown of a
screen,
bunch of the basic rules of the game. So if you have questions and you want to look things up quickly, here's a little cheat sheet for you that you can kind of look at.
And how would we make
Just
this
click
so
on
we
an
can keep
action.
looking
So if
at
you
it?
wanted to learn basic actions, click on basic action, and it will bring up a whole list of all the basic actions. If you wanted to look at,
but
what?
how do I get back to this if I want to look at
on the
stuff?
top bar, there's a little thing that looks like a pin, with like a little circle on top and a line coming out of the bottom.
I'm pretty sure pins go away after you refresh the application. Though.
Okay, so if you go to your settings in the VTT, configure settings all the way on the top right hand side, the little two
Okay.
gears. Click on the two gears, then click on configure settings. In all settings, you can find something that says, where is it? Oh no, sorry. Go down to window controls. Under window controls, there's a thing that says
Window controls.
remember pinned windows, and if you click on that, check box it, it will keep all of your pins.
We don't have that option.
Yeah. I just have organized minimize.
Yep.
I have no
organized
idea
minimize,
what
we
that
don't have
means.
Really? Somebody dropped. I think Logan just
Yep.
Die.
exploded.
And I don't know what you mean by pin at all.
There's a little
Pin.
like
See
next
that thing
to
that looks
the
like a pin?
X. There's a little pin
Oh,
button.
that's supposed to
like
be a
push
pin?
That is supposed to be a pin.
It doesn't look like anything.
Looks like a little guy without any arms or legs.
Yeah, it's a little stick figure.
What does using that do?
Boy.
Click it.
It just forces
And now
it
double-
to.
and now
It
double-
won't close the thing, and it'll minimize into the
Yeah,
top
so
left
you
corner of your
double
screen
click
instead.
the title bar, the yellow title. Yep. And now it went. Where did it go?
I don't
It
know.
went back here behind your pictures, behind your. I don't know if you can grab it now.
No.
You're gonna have to put these on the bottom.
Huh?
Thanks, Logan. I gotta do a thing now.
Okay. How do I open that window back up?
Don't know. You gotta take all of these things and put them down here now.
How?
Don't worry about it. We have a book, Crystal. Everything that's there is in that book. So we'll just grab the book. Don't worry about it.
You can also do the where the Windows controls were, where it said organize, minimize. You can have that go to like the bottom of the page, or
Fair warning, it does totally reboot your entire browser window if you do that.
oh,
So
That's
maybe
where
we
I
should listen
disappeared
later.
to a
good
second
good
ago.
to know. I didn't know that. Yeah, I just wanted to give y'all access to a tool that might be helpful for y'all throughout the course of the game.
I can't even hitting all of the buttons don't even work. So for me,
Really?
yeah, I hit
Oh yeah,
conditions,
nothing happened
happens.
when I clicked anything either.
Yeah, nothing
Right.
happens.
We don't have access to them, so we should just probably move on from this and figure it out later.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a book.
Let's sleep. We'll wake up and meet here at the saloon, and then we'll go rob the bank.
Yay,
Sounds
we're
good.
robbing a
I will
bank.
rest everybody for the night.
Going in
And-
through the back door.
The barber has spell slots?
Does he?
Do I?
That's what it
Yes,
says.
yes, the barber does.
Mysterious.
Mysterious.
Just
I
one
don't
spell
even know.
slot.
His haircuts are magically
What do I have
delicious.
spell slots for?
Oh god, does he eat?
I have a single cantrip.
That's exactly what I figured it was.
That's
You don't even need spell
Exactly,
slots for
yeah, well,
cantrips.
it's just message. Why is there a spell slot?
I
Because
don't
you're
know.
special like that.
Some coding thingy. I don't know. Probably like.
Am I going to have to pull
the-
everybody onto the map again? I think so.
Probably.
Yes.
That is annoying. I'm going to have to figure out how to get y'all to be able to pull them out yourselves.
I don't know.
Beginning of the day, I cast Mystic Armor.
Sounds good.
And I don't know what any of my stuff does.
I cast
Beginning of the
resting
day.
bitch face now.
Because I've
Beginning of the day.
never played a character with a gun.
I've never played on this system before.
Same.
Oof. I
have
played
no idea
Pathfinder
what I'm
2 once before.
Beginning of the day, the barber gels his hair.
He does not. It is
He
naturally that
waxes his
shape.
mustache.
Yeah, and it's naturally that crispy and firm too.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
believe you.
He takes care of himself.
Something's going in there. It might not be hair gel, but something is going in there.
So as y'all walk up toward the bank, the street that the bank is on is relatively busy as you're going, as you're approaching. Though not every street that you've come down since you've been in the Ironside Quarter have been busy. There have been very few guards on patrol in this part of town at all. And most of the folks here tend to keep their heads low and mind their own business as they pass by. Now, the stench of manure accentuates the aura of shabbiness in this part of Alkenstar. In accord with the rundown district, the old gold tank reserve looms above a large starving behemoth. The bank was crafted from once gleaming stone, though dust and dirt now cape the domed glass roof. A pathway carved from a stone slab leads from the wooden boardwalk to stone steps and an elevated porch, not unlike a small stage. Two small wings of the building flank the path, each with a weed-choked planter facing the street. Impressions of giant keys etched into the walls on either side of the entryway lend the building an air of security and stability. And you do see, when you approach, that there are... where are you guys? Did they move? What happened?
Oh no, are the clockworks moving without your consent?
They might
By the
be,
way, I
yeah.
don't look like me. I have a neckerchief of disguise or something, so I look like something else. Probably like a rich elf or
A
something.
neckerchief of disguise.
I'm sure we're all.
I'm assuming all
disguised
of you
before we
have
get here.
disguised
According
yourselves before.
to the stats,
here.
this thing only works for 1 minute once a day.
Oh, really?
Tarek said that they would work for 1 hour.
Okay, that's better. Because 1 minute
'Cause
seems
it's not the
useless.
exact item that we have on.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be hats, and we just don't have access to all the items and whatever.
No,
Okay.
it takes 1 minute to activate,
Oh,
Oh, is that
alright.
what that says?
and it lasts
to
until you remove the scarf.
So it's better than 1 hour.
It takes a minute to activate to manipulate the disguise. You can only use it once per day, and once you cast the spell, it stays exactly as it is until the scarf is removed, or the end of the day.
And Sasha, you can look like your disgruntled bank teller if you like, right?
Yeah.
We didn't discuss that.
No, we didn't.
Why would I do that? That was nowhere in the plans that we were discussing, me impersonating the teller. If that was a plan that we actually wanted to do, we should have talked about that, because I was not under the impression that we were going
Well,
there.
I forgot we had masquerade scarves, and Malcolm forgot we had masquerade scarves, and the barber forgot we had masquerade scarves.
I would impersonate the manager when we were talking.
It's okay. You don't have to do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. I'm just saying.
We didn't plan around it unless we're going to retcon it now. I don't know. Okay, so I impersonate the teller, and then what? We didn't discuss this. I don't know what you want. Well, like, what would I do at this point?
Improvise.
I don't know. It doesn't seem
Don't worry about it.
particularly useful to do that.
If it's required, we'll see.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
How do I unhide a creature?
He also might be working today. I have no verification that he isn't gonna be here. So 2 of him showing up would be really weird.
That's true.
No, I think it's perfectly fine if you don't pretend to be him. Also, partly because you did only meet him for 2 hours and he was super fucked up.
Oh, I see. Does that work?
Yeah,
Y'all
we see
the
it.
guy.
Yeah, we see the lamp.
So what
Guy.
y'all do
Oh my
see
god, it's flashing.
upon showing up is there is 2 of these clockworks that are kind of patrolling the outside of the building right in front.
And this is the front entrance, right?
This is the front entrance. You see the 2 wings on either side of the entranceway, and then there's a staircase that goes up to a raised entry, and then a doorway over here.
And are these a bunch of abandoned buildings over here? What are these?
These are a bunch of abandoned buildings over here. Yes.
Yeah.
And little alleyways. I don't know if you can see the little alleyways there in
So
between.
we should
And then this is
probably
the main
head around the
thoroughfare that-
back.
I'm not saying that y'all are right here. I just put your guys on the map.
Yeah, we're just
This is
on the
this
map.
is just to prepare, and you can see where the opening is in the front of the building. There is an area in the back of the building that I can move y'all to if you prefer to go to the back of the building. This is purely for your the purposes of you guys casing the place in the morning. I'm assuming that y'all are going to try to get eyes on the front of the building, do your due diligence. So
Mhm.
if you're going to do the back of the building, let me know, and I'll move you guys there.
I mean, that was
Is the back of the building in the scrapyard?
not in the
Back of the building
scrapyard.
is in an-
Scrapyard is across the alley from the back of this building.
Okay.
the plan was to go through the back door using the keys.
It's probably the least obtrusive way to get in.
Yes. Perhaps try to pick the manager outside of public view, if possible.
Exactly.
Do any of these abandoned buildings look gated up or locked up or anything? Do any of them look like they could be easily entered?
I don't know. That wasn't part of the plan.
Well, I'm asking the GM.
Well, we're here.
We couldn't have figured that out ahead of time. Don't be obtuse.
We'll find out.
We can't improvise.
This isn't
fine, it's
improvising.
fine.
We
Look
discussed
at them,
finding
look
a
at them.
warehouse.
I'm just.
To be fair, we've already discussed we're going through the back, and that was your idea, Corey. So I don't know if you want to change that real quick.
I don't know.
So okay,
I'm clueless without going by the plan.
okay,
Like an
what
automaton.
what are we wanting to do? You're wanting to ask if what about these?
I was asking if any of these warehouses looked like they could be easily entered, or if they were all barred up.
They're all
lights
abandoned,
up
and like I said, they're
chained
they're
up.
not very well kept. They don't seem to be very well kept. You might be able to find ways into these buildings and out of them. Most of the buildings around this area, around the bank, seem to have been abandoned for quite some time.
I didn't answer my question.
Yeah, are we talking somebody just left them and never came back, or are we talking they're boarded up?
They seem to be sealed up poorly as they have been.
So they are
Okay.
sealed up, but not well.
So they're sealed up
seem to have
like
been sealed
somebody
up
in a zombie
poorly.
movie does.
Kinda, yeah. That you could probably find a way in or out, but you'd have to invest some time to try to make yourself an entryway, make yourself an exit. to get in and out quickly. Otherwise, you might get caught up in one of these buildings if you just made yourself an entryway.
Moore doesn't want to like be crisscrossing the street, so she'll like pass a little bit out of sight of the automatons and wait for everyone else to catch up and do their scope, and then starting to head towards the back of the building, moving around.
If you want to go to the back of the building, I will.
I am
everybody there.
also going to head to the back because I think that's our best option.
Yeah, I think we'll just go all on the back.
Hold on.
I guess
that's
that's
I'm
the-
dragging everybody over together.
Ah,
Give me
okay.
a second.
Do not move. Where's my token tilted up?
Everyone should disguise as the narrator. We all look like Tarek. Because a group of quintuplets would perfectly blend in and not be suspicious.
Oh, we don't have to blend in. We just have to not look like us. So, my plan is that I will still look like a kitsune, I will just not look like me. Maybe I'll be a silver fox. How does that sound?
I would like to look like Father
That's not a good idea. You know, I had the thought. Wait a minute, I'll just look like Malcolm. He's already a criminal. I did have that thought earlier, but I was like, that's not cricket. That's not what we're doing here.
Can I disguise into a 2-meter
All
tall
disguise
goblin?
as each other, and we're like, yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
No one will.
I look over and I
not-
see another Azura, and I'm like,
disguise as
who are
really
you?
tall halfling?
We're all
really tall.
man pointing at each other.
I'd kind of be like, could you turn around, please? I'd love to see what I look like from the
I
back.
never see myself from the back.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's nice.
So, in the back
Put
of
these
the,
jeans on.
the building. In the back
Right?
In the back of the building, you guys see a dingy cobblestone alley that displays only traces of the once affluent nature of this neighborhood. The smell of refuse permeates the air, and the weed-strewn yard behind the bank is enclosed by a chicken wire fence with razor-sharp coils of wire woven through the top. A small footpath to the north leads to the bank's side door. A path to the south leads to a junkyard, while the alley continues east and west. So this little path right here leads to the junkyard. There's areas east and west of here.
The razor wire isn't on the map. Are we to assume we've already bypassed
The entire garden is enclosed
Never
with
mind.
razor wire.
Over here.
And if you are if you go into this area or this area, you make a lot of noise because it rustles and there's a lot of debris on the ground. There are also windows on the back of this building that people could see out.
So
Where's the-
which way are we coming from?
where's
then?
the door?
I guess that's important. Are we coming from this way? Are we coming from this way?
You could come from either the west or the east as they continue out towards streets. This back area is like an old street alleyway, like a thin alleyway that goes through connecting to other streets. So it could be that y'all are just walking through the alleyway to catch a glimpse of what's going on back here. But if you lingered here for too long, the people in the bank, the workers in the bank, can see out the back window with them.
Where's the door?
then
Yeah,
we
where's
wanna
the
back
door
up a
again?
little bit.
Huh?
The door. The place we need to go in. Let's go in.
There's like a
I
Like-
pointed those out twice now already. There is a front
it's
door.
really
in the
hard to
front of the
see your
building
little clicks.
that I pointed out,
Wait,
Up here.
where are you clicking?
and there was another one on the side door right here. I pointed
Oh,
those out
okay.
immediately
Okay,
when I
so
was giving the description.
So here's the door.
Okay,
Got
There
it.
is a
the
side
door is in the
a
corner.
staff entrance. There is a staff entrance on the side, and there is a front entrance on the front.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Staff
that entrance is
entrance.
here, and then 'Cause I guess we have
Before y'all move around and do stuff, I need to know logistics because, as I just said, if y'all go wandering into this area, you're going to make noise and draw attention
Yeah,
to
that's why I
yourselves.
backed out of there. We should probably.
I mean,
try
I
to-
did already mention it's full of dried out plants that'll make a lot of noise.
I know, which is why I'm wanting to know what y'all's cohesive plan is, because there was a plan before this where people were going to go up into a building and like do spotter lanes. So just I want to have a cohesive understanding of where everybody's going to be, what everybody's going to be doing.
So are we trying to drag out the automatons, take them out in the alley, or are we just going in, storming the building?
How many did Phoebe said that we were expecting 6, right? Half a dozen.
Yeah, 6, half
There were
dozen.
only
We can
2
expect
out front.
6. There's 2 out front. There might be another one out here, but there might be 4 inside.
I'm in favor of going of us breaking into one of the warehouses back there, someone causing a ruckus in front, like being a disturbance of the peace, and leading them into the warehouse, as many as we can get. If you're being a problem right in front of the bank doors, I'm sure the ones that are inside will see and they will come to deal with you two. And then we can deal with them in the warehouse and then make our way in.
Now, how big of a problem are you asking for here?
Well, remember, Phoebe said if we cause too much of a problem, if we hurt people, then the guard won't. They'll send more than we could handle if they get here. We don't
Well, I guess that
actually
leaves it to
want
the
to
inside crew to
become
be
terrorists.
So it sounds
I know.
like we want to. Oh, sorry. My bad. I did a happy jolly voice. That's not what Malcolm does. So it sounds to me like we were going back to our original plan, which was to have Mr. Rifleman here, or the barber, shoot around the front, bring attention to the front, and have other people come through the back.
Yeah, we can sit up in one of the warehouses out front. We'll make sure there's a nice funnel for the constructs to get into one of the buildings, and then we can slip out a back exit.
I don't know that I would recommend shooting immediately. Then they'll call the guard right off the bat. You want to be a nuisance, something that the automatons are ordered to investigate, not an immediate threat. That would cause the bank to go into shutdown.
But also, you'll want to make sure you got a clear way out, and the automata don't.
Either way, we should go quickly before we're spotted here. Moore's gonna back out into the alley a little bit.
Okay.
And suggest that everyone at least get out of line of sight of the windows.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't really have gone past the staff entrance at all.
Okay.
I think, okay.
Well, like I said, I was putting y'all on this back side of the map so you would be able to see, because I know you don't have vision otherwise. To
Yeah.
see on either side. So where does everybody want to be? I'll take people's tokens and move them to the appropriate side of the map, whichever side they want to be on. Are some people coming from behind? Some people coming from in front? Everybody going from in front? Everyone going from behind? Y'all want some
I
backdoor
plan
action?
to slip in through the back door.
You want to try to slip in through the staff entrance?
Yep. We got
Okay.
keys.
Who else is wanting staff entrance? Who wants backdoor access?
I don't like the idea of just splitting.
Raise hands for backdoor access. Of
I like
course
the
you
back
three
door.
perverts going back door. Okay. The other two, I'm assuming y'all are gonna go front door.
Yep, front
sounds about
warehouses.
Okay.
Malcolm's got a crowbar, right?
Sending y'all to the front.
This, I
Yes.
just want to point out that this is a very flawed plan we have right now. What are 2 people gonna do in the front? Aggro all the automatons and then fight them themselves? while the rest of us slip in through the back?
run
Like, I don't
away.
understand what the thought process
No.
is here. We might as well either all storm in through the back together, and then because we're gonna have to fight. If anyone is walking in through the back, like
Yeah.
I've been trying to explain, we're just gonna have to fight immediately. So why are we splitting the party?
This is what I said to begin with. This is what I said
We
Flappy
either
hands.
all go to
back
the
at
front
back at the bar.
and we fight the automatons away from the bank, or we all go to the back and fight the automatons in the bank. Those are our only options. I don't know what,
I'd like to make one request. Corey, please do flappy hands again. Flappy hands. There you go. Flappy hands. Very
Okay.
good. Very good.
Yes. What we need to do is either prepare a contingency. Okay. What we need to do is either prepare a contingency where you can draw the automata out, and hopefully we won't even need that, or we should just decide that we're gonna fight them. And I think we're better off if we just try not to fight them in the first place. Like,
how is
try
that gonna
not
work,
to fight
though?
them.
We saw glimpses of employees in this back room. So if we walk in there, we're gonna fight the automatons. They're gonna call for the guards. Like, they're not just gonna not call for the guards that are in the next room.
Phoebe did say that this area was abandoned enough that even if they called for the guards, it would take them some time to
I need the
get.
automatons in the front.
I know the automatons can alert each other, and they will have a much faster time
That's
getting
what I'm talking about.
to each
what
other.
I'm saying is we're gonna fight them anyway.
But the shield marshals will take time to supposedly, as far as you guys are aware, they would take
In
time.
that case,
to
it would be better
The
to start
only-
for the back and
If-
then just try to prevent outside calls for help.
So all of you big fighter guys, you should come on in and go through the back. If you want to make a distraction, you have someone come into the front and not be a combat distraction. Be someone who can say, "Oh me, oh my, this bank has ripped me off again, and they're losing money. Everybody, take the money out before there's a bank run," and, do that sort of thing. And then
Everybody
the
give
robots will come and just escort the troublemaker away. And then while they're
There-
escorting them away, you go in through the front. Perhaps somebody
There is a-
that is a performer that knows how to command a crowd.
So we're
Or we could
sending
just
the-
all go
the-
through in the back. And
So we're sending
make
the
this happen.
pastor to the front. Is that what?
I really don't like the idea of more being all alone with two
I said
robots.
I said
or
the pastor.
potentially more.
I said-
I know, but that's not what Corey's talking about.
Give me a quick thievery check, because there is something that is glaringly that I feel like is glaringly obvious that nobody's mentioned so far.
Terrible.
I
I
mean,
want to give people a fair opportunity to stumble upon this.
damn. Damn.
More, do you want to give me one?
I was pulling it up.
Okay. I just wanted to double check. Okay.
7.
So the only person who this comes to is Father Go figure. Priests are corrupt. That's all I gotta say. No, I'm just playing.
where are your small
you want-
boys?
If you wanted a distraction to go on, and this distraction you didn't want coming back to you, but to at least draw some people away, why not try to either bribe or convince some other, like, street urchins or goblins or something to cause a ruckus at the front and then run to draw people away while you guys go and hit the back, so that you can all stay together as a unit but still have someone draw information away. You
Okay.
wouldn't need to give them any information on who
Then
you
I
are,
will
what your intentions
continue
are,
my little.
because y'all are all disguised.
I will continue my sermon and say it could be someone that could perform, or we could just grab somebody who we could pay off to make a distraction. There are goblins right over there that are willing to barter in that scrapyard, and I'm sure they could come on over and cause a distraction out front. And I'm sure these guards have dealt with these goblins before and would mobilize accordingly. They probably
I
know
thought-
them.
I'm pretty sure the last time we discussed, like, talking to the loot gobblers, we were immediately told that if we venture, if we walk into the scrapyard, we're pretty much guaranteed to like get into trouble because it's haunted.
The Nog
Like
Goblins.
that was
at
heavily
night.
hinted.
That was
at night.
That
It's
was
during the
only
day
at
now.
That at night
Oh,
it is haunted
It's
by a
haunted at
ghost
night.
of the
It's
trapyard.
fine during the day.
Also, it's not really haunted. It's it's full of evil gnolls.
No, there is a
And
ghost robot.
A ghost robot.
What is
Robo-ghost.
this?
I am a fan of bribing the goblins.
It is the spirit of a robot that died long ago and still haunts the grave. It still haunts the scrapyard.
If you say so, preacher.
The heart of Maglubiot.
No,
You-
don't
I-
start.
It's a real ghost.
I don't think it's a
That
real
you
ghost.
still-
I think it's a machine
A mach-
that makes
it's-
a bunch of noise.
it's a
and
machine
people
ghost,
are
exactly.
afraid of it.
Ghost in the machine.
But
Robo-ghost.
fact remains, it's not haunted.
It's definitely haunted.
But that doesn't mean it's not dangerous.
Anyways, I'll go make a deal with those goblins if you like.
Okay,
Much
I will
appreciated.
say, how do I get the time menu again?
you will say.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's
Malcolm,
right.
how did you get so low on your camera? You're just like hiding more.
We see a
and
no.
He's
more.
like Tarek
I
all
know.
the time.
Hold on. I need to. There we go.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's about 6:30 when you guys split off to go and confront the goblin.
Sure, it's plenty of time.
They'll spend 30 minutes kind of in the morning checking out the front and the back,
Yeah.
getting your eyes all over the place.
God, it's so fucking early. Ugh.
and
what am I
discussing
doing up?
things. Yeah, it's horrible. Is everybody going to the back door? Right.
We're going
Yeah,
to
I
the fucking
guess.
goblin.
I mean,
Okay,
that's where I'm going to
bringing y'all the
enter.
back door. Before y'all go to talk, like I'm not going to pull up the map for the Wailing Scrapyard. I'm going to say that y'all find a couple of the goblins, the nail gobblers, or people that you imagine might be nail gobblers because they're in the area, and they look like they are, kind of urchiny. They don't look like they belong in a fancy area, which this is not a fancy area, but it is, secure in that it's.
What are
Hey,
their-
while you're there, get a map.
What are their, kind of immediate, emotional states?
So you and Corey are going together. Anybody else going with them? Before I answer that question, going once, going twice, sold. Okay, so Father and the Morrigan go and talk to these goblins. As you're approaching, you can tell both of them are optimistic, but downtrodden.
Oh, how sweet.
They're looking to make money.
Well, I hope the father brought some money with him, because more doesn't have.
I will say, I'll remind Corey that if they are associated with the nail gobblers, if they are indeed, or one of the tinker shops around here, money is probably a good way of buying their assistance, and so is the opportunity for scrap. They are salvagers, so if you could promise them scrap or salvage, they would probably also take that as tenure.
All right, walking on over to him.
Okay. There's like 3 or 4 just sitting around, kind of speaking to each other in Goblin. They look like they're like plotting or scheming.
Good morning.
That's so racist.
One
It's
of
not
them.
racist. It's just classist.
One of
Get
them.
with it,
Yeah,
Crystal.
exactly. One of them looks
Oh.
over at you and is
My
like,
bad.
"What you want?"
I'm just looking for some help from some handy little goblins, and I was wondering if you guys were handy. I got
What
coin.
kind of work?
A little bit of mischief if you're interested. I pay. Also, are you part of the nail gobblers that are around here?
Oh, we sell for nail gobblers. Sell to nail gobblers.
Ah. Well, I also know a man named the Tinker. He sent me down here around here looking for some people.
Oh, he big man.
I like him too. He seemed quite friendly. And I was hoping that his information was right and that you kind of fellas here could help a man out.
How much money you have?
How much money?
You say you pay.
I
You
will.
pay.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well. I can tell you
Is there
what.
one specifically talking?
There is one specifically talking. The other three are kind of like
Before
paying
we
back
discuss
and like
payment,
throwing junk at each other.
before we discuss payment, what I need you to do. See that building over there with that glass dome in front?
The bank.
Stinky too.
Yeah, I want to see how many windows you can break with stones. For every
Many windows. We
for
get paid though by them to put poop on lawn.
More wrinkles her nose.
how much they pay you to put poop on their lawn?
50 silver.
How many?
50 silver.
That's 5 gold.
What the fuck? That's a ton of money.
Yeah, they really want a shit lawn.
Tell you what.
They say they want vegetable garden in back. We don't tell them we put no shit in there.
That's. I won't be stepping in that.
They keep paying.
That's hilarious. I can only assume that Knoll shit is super salty.
Way worse, way stinkier.
Yeah.
Waste.
Now you know why the manure smell follows that building around.
Tell you what. I can give you. I'll give you silver for every window you knock out.
How many silvers?
I'll give you. I don't know how much. How about 2 silver for every window you knock out? How many think you can knock out?
He looks over there again. He looks back to his friends and then like says some stuff in Goblin and points. And then 2 of the 4 goblins take off, like scuttling down the street.
Oh,
Give one moment. Would you like refreshment? He says, and he pulls up what can only be
feel like
described
you,
as like a mud pie.
I feel like you should specify that they really need to not do this immediately, because I think they're going to come back, put a bunch of rocks through the windows, and be like, "We done. Now pay silver."
yeah. Make sure your friends don't start
want mud pie?
early. Make sure your friends don't start early. We got a specific time frame we got to do this in.
I have to be
When?
there to count the windows.
Oh.
See,
You understand, yes?
Dome count?
The dome counts.
Okay.
I'm sure my friend here will pay.
Dome count is
Course.
4 windows.
Sure thing. 4 windows for the dome. If you get all
if
of
you collapse the whole dome.
gotta collapse that whole dome.
You say nothing about collapse. Just break window.
Well, that dome is made up of all sorts of many different windows, right? So there's one window here and one window there. They make up the dome. I can give you 2 gold pieces for every window in the dome that you break.
Okay. Through the negotiations,
2 gold.
you guys will continue to negotiate.
Not
with
2 gold,
this
2
goblin.
silver.
I will take a diplomacy check. You can offer assistance. Choose one person to make the official roll. The other person will make a aid check by making a diplomacy check as well at a lower DC. You will be able to add.
Can I put a little guidance
bonus
on
to
this,
the-
or is that
You
too
can
much?
also
guys?
throw guidance on.
Misa should probably make the check. I don't know.
I should make the check. Yes. Oh, you need to make an aid check though. You need to make a diplomacy first before I make one.
I feel like I probably have higher diplomacy than you, but okay.
Oh, really? Do you do?
Yeah,
She
I'm a
could.
charisma caster, Corey. This
Yeah.
is what I do.
I have a +6.
I also have +6.
Ooh.
Wow, you're equal.
I will cast guidance on you and let you do the
It's
roll.
okay. I'll let you do it because you were doing most of the talking.
Sure.
How do
That
I
sounds
assist?
fair. That sounds fair. Okay.
you will make a diplomacy check at a lower DC. So just make a diplomacy check.
Okay, and then hold on. So I have a cantrip I want to read because I don't know if it helps. No, that doesn't help here. Okay, can I add guidance to my own check as well? I don't know how it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
How do I do this? Proficiencies.
Diplomacy, and then just make the check. It doesn't need to be private.
I hope that's enough.
Okay.
I rolled really low.
Corey, you can add +1 to your check.
All right,
Plus
let's
your
do
guidance.
this. I'm going to hit the button, and then we're going to add a modifier of +2. 1 for aid and 1 for guidance. I'm going to add that. And then we're going to make our roll. Public roll.
It's a P.
Kaboom!
Okay.
Is a good thing? Good.
So, you have done a critical success. They will agree to your terms that they will not start until you tell them to. They will agree for to 2 silver per window that is collapsed, not just smashed, like initial smash, because they could just get away with like slingshotting
Little
little
pebbles
pebbles
thing,
through a
but
window,
more
and
wants
then
those windows broken.
what they were originally going to do is 1 pebble is 2 silver, and they're going to come back with like a demand for a ton of silver from you. But they will work at your schedule, at your agreements, but under one additional condition, that any of the robots that chase them, they get to keep.
Of course.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I agree
More
to those
insists.
terms.
Okay.
Insists they keep them.
Please
Then
keep
Doesn't do
them.
it better than before.
There will
actually.
be a distraction at the front of the building when you guys signal to have it happen. Or if you want to give them like a timeline of like, you do it in this amount of minutes that coincides with the number of minutes it's going to take y'all to get back and get to the door.
When
Probably
I
better
will
to do
tell
a timeline.
I will tell them when they're done with the windows. So here's the thing. When they smash them, do I have to like be there with them, or can I be like collect your payment in the scrapyard at the nail gobbler's camp afterwards?
I think we probably would have established, like, after you're done, we'll come and count the windows, and then we will leave payment. We'll meet up and leave payment for you, maybe at a certain place a little bit outside, like further back into the scrapyard, where, the far enough away that the guards won't
Yep.
come.
You
Nail
know that
gobbler.
where you're supposed to make egress from the scrapyard is at a sewer entrance.
Yep.
So maybe you can be like me, like go to the sewer entrance, and your money will be there.
Perfect. We'll do that.
All right, sounds good. We can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Completed that task.
We have a distraction established.
All right. Let's breach and clear.
Okay. Everybody comes back to the back, meeting up at the back of the building. Everybody else who was there waiting in the back of the building. Y'all are kind of prepping to do this. Is there anything that y'all want to do while y'all are in the like alleyway back here? While they were
Probably just maybe clear a path so it's less noisy per se. Maybe clear out some branches that may be on the path, or yourselves or breaching.
If
in.
you want to do that, I will require some checks from you to not be caught doing it. But you can totally do that.
Would that make us or stealth per se, or any attempts at stealth?
You would need to make stealth checks to like get through it initially to try to clear a path. I'm assuming you're trying to clear a path to the actual doorway over here.
Yes.
So like along this little like patch of land. Yeah. So if that's what you want to do, you're gonna need to give me some stealth checks. It's thievery.
Okay. Does
Oh wait,
anyone
no, it's
require
stealth.
help?
It's stealth itself.
Stealth itself?
Stealth. The stealth.
Stealth
skill.
is stealth.
Stealth is stealth. Ooh. Maybe you should wait, actually. Maybe it's not a good idea.
There's a high
If
risk
I-
if you fail. If you fail to do this check, you alert them the same way that we would alert them
Yeah,
if we
let's
failed
just-
to stealth through
Yeah,
the
it's just
pile
better to
of
wait, I
crowd
think,
on the way to
than
the door.
just-
But now the party
Better
is split, and we're not expecting it. And it's not on our terms.
Yeah, too much risk, I think. That's,
Okay.
seems about right.
So you want to kind of hold off until everybody gets there, and then you're gonna try it, or are you just gonna try to like rush it and get through there?
I mean, with a number
Yeah.
of rockets, I would imagine that like it wouldn't be too hard to stealth as if it was just
Okay.
completely quiet.
All right.
When we get back to the group, I assume the signal for us is going to be at a specific time when we start hearing fucking goblins screeching and shattering glass from the front. That's when we make a break for the door.
We're going to make a break for it. Okay. So you will hear like as soon as, if that's what you're waiting for, does that before we start that, does anybody else have anything else they want to do before we get into it?
Nope. Other than having a rifle
Oh, it's a
and
kitty.
knife out, and just rifle kind of held in one hand for now. That's all. I'm prepping.
Okay, and y'all are just hiding out in the middle of the alley.
Probably tucked up against
Yeah,
the wall,
basically.
trying to look less obtrusive. But
Sounds good. How do I make... There's a way for me to make checks for y'all that are... I don't know how to do it.
worrisome.
Four dice. It's going to be 5. 5.
Make it 6.
Are y'all able to see the checks?
No.
We can't see what you're rolling. Just the narrator made a private roll.
Yeah, private roll.
I think they're just saying random numbers.
Okay. Good to know. All right. You hear, everybody hears a loud smash and the sound of like a high-pitched squealing, almost like a wailing sound, coming from the front of the building.
Ah, that must be the
Um,
sirens.
Then you hear what sounds like a loud, like shattering noise, and then crashing noises.
All right, that's our cue.
Let's get in there.
Time to go in. All right. I guess we go in first. Like, Do
Okay,
we move
everybody,
or-
give me, if you're trying to stealth to the door so you don't draw any more attention to yourselves from anyone in the back of the building, give me a stealth check.
okay.
And what's the order? Y'all move yourselves into the order. This is where the doorway is.
I mean,
I
would anyone
assume.
object? The
X-Man
orc going
first.
first? Amen, so
Maybe you
I'm
should
gonna
stick to the
roll-
back, hon. Let us sneaky people go first.
It like gestures you to go first. Then.
Morrigan, you have the keys, right?
She'll hand them to whoever is like going first.
I'll take those.
Now, I remember
give
I have
yourself a +1.
several racial bonuses to stealth, but I'm not sure where to see those on my sheet to see if they apply to this.
It would be under feats.
And feats,
In
yeah.
the feats section, ancestry feats, or class feats, or other ancestry feats.
That's only showing me my shrouded magic. I thought for sure I had something else.
What are you looking for?
I thought the fetchling race had stealth bonuses,
It may have had it as a feat that you didn't take.
but I didn't.
I don't
think
think you
possible.
have any bonuses like that.
Okay.
I'll double check for you. Because you do
Wanna
have
make
the
sure I'm not
stealth
missing
skill.
something.
You're giving +1 to what?
You are
Next
trained in the stealth skill.
check?
Your next check, whatever it is.
Okay.
But it's going to be stealth, so.
Probably.
Yep. Nothing.
Yeah, you took shrouded
Nothing
magic.
there.
and
Cool.
that was ancestry.
There it is. It's not letting me roll.
I'd also like to know when y'all get to the door, what key y'all are trying to use on the door, if any.
Awkwardly trying different keys.
Probably B or S.
Let's see. Obviously, the one that says V is vault.
Probably.
I'm not sure what the other three are, though.
What were the things that were on
We
the
got BTS, HW, and S.
BTS, HW, S, and V?
S for side entries.
S for
Yes.
side. Yeah.
S.
Or staff?
For
Yeah,
staff.
could be. Let's see.
BTS.
There should
that-
also be a gate for.
Go, 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 go. We have to go now. Go, go, go.
So I need everybody's stealth checks, too. Don't
Okay,
forget.
so everyone's
Mine's in.
Okay, stealth check. I'm gonna try the S first.
Okay,
And make your stealth check.
S key first. Give me stealth checks.
Maybe we should let Azura go first and stealth and quietly try which key goes in the lock.
Uh-huh.
If she's sneaky. And then after she figures out what key it is, she can nod to us and then the rest of us can bolt up there.
Got a good
Seems like
roll.
the best.
I'm super
Okay.
stealthy.
You indeed are.
So Logan and Ashura is rolled. Are y'all? what's your stealth modifier, y'all? Morgan and Father
I'm waiting until Azura figures out which key it is.
I tried the S key first.
Okay, you're trying the S key first. I still want everybody to make stealth checks because you're going to need to make them eventually anyway before we continue.
Okay, that's fine. I'm praying.
Me too, but my prayers work.
Depends on who you're praying to, right?
Malcolm, find a different thing to pray to.
Yeah,
It's not
whatever you were praying to, stop
Would
immediately.
you like to know about my god?
Would you like to know? Oh my God.
Maybe Father as well.
Hey, my
I don't
prayers
know.
made me one better than you.
Okay, cool. Great to know. Okay,
Well, see, this is why it's good that we're all hanging back.
so Crystal, Azura
Yes.
sticks the key in the lock. She tries to open it, and it unlatches the lock of the door. And at that point, what do you do? You also very expertly and nimbly navigate the like patches of like rusted grass. You remember having come up here yesterday and like literally got up to this door the night before. So you kind of figured out a pathway that was pretty effective last night at not making too much noise, and you navigate that path perfectly. Yeah. getting to the door.
Okay, so this alleyway here is kind of overgrown or knobbly and loud.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just debris still too here, and like pieces of manure that are stuck to like the stone cobblestones, old cobblestones. There's leaves and branches and brambles of stuff that tries to live here but is dying.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Then the first thing I'm gonna do is say, y'all try to follow the path that I just did. Keep quiet.
Moore is going to use the message cantrip to Azura and say, before you enter, hide the keys. They don't need to know who has them and how many we have.
Oh, definitely. I'll stick them straight in my pocket.
Okay, now do you open the door, and who's coming? Please, like line up. Who's coming on this way?
Can't move.
I guess I would go after Logan. Or, well,
I am stuck. What is happening?
Are you not able to move?
that goes stuck in.
Why are there 2 tokens of me? Is there one here and
I don't see
I
the
only see
second
the
one.
one.
I only see the
Oh,
one
great.
that's straight in line with everyone else. Yes, I do open the door,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to kind of at least start
Still seeing you?
slowly to see whether it's creaky.
Okay. Okay, you unlock the door and you slide the door open, or like push the door open. It does indeed creak as you open it. Are you still seeing two?
No.
Your token?
I don't know.
That's
Yes.
it? Okay, cool. You should be good.
Okay, maybe
okay,
we should have thought
As
about
you
that
step
earlier.
in, you see
I see.
a clockwork. You should be able to see it already. A clockwork standing in the room.
Okay, well,
Just the one, though.
as long as
As
we
it-
don't look threatening, shouldn't be a
As
problem.
it turns to look at you with like a strange look on its it's a flat look.
A strange look in its flame.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a flat burning fire.
Yeah, we
and a
can't
flat
see
face.
expressions at all.
The barber and Malcolm may want to put their weapons away.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
turn
was under
around
the
and go,
impression we were just kind of storming in, so I'm not.
I'm
I should
waiting
have
for y'all to
prepared
do what
for
y'all are
that.
gonna do.
yeah, as soon as I see that there's a clockwork there, I'm gonna say, put y'all's weapons away.
Do you want to do that stealthily?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a stealth check to kind of whisper it so that only they can hear you and the automaton can't. Okay, you
This is
see
okay.
if the
I think we're
tension perks up
storming.
as you're like lean back and go, "Put your weapons away!" A little louder than you intended to, as the automaton's attention whirs over and starts taking a step forward. By the way,
knows.
Please enter the room.
Go!
For crying out
Just
loud.
fucking
Get in
go!
the room.
Okay, let it go, and we can just hopefully kill it in like
For
like
Christ's
that
sake.
freestyle.
by the way, as you open it, here's what you see: a scratched and stained round table stands surrounded by mismatched chairs in a cramped room. A series of tall cabinets line the southern wall near the door to the west. The smell of fish emanates from one of the cabinets. A door in the on the north wall leads to the teller stations just west. A pair of doors. So there's like a half door here that you can see out of. A pair of doors identical to to identical water closets. So you see, there's like 2 effectively bathrooms here as well. You enter into what you can assume is like a staff break room. Okay, feel free to move on the map. You have basically 1 movement at this point, or 1 opportunity to take a movement action into the room, if you would like.
DM, is there a way to conceal weapons in my person?
Doesn't matter.
There is a
I
way
don't
to do
think
it.
it
There is a
matters if they're
conceal item check.
concealed. You just don't want to look like you're threatening.
However,
Moore is going to try to message the automaton immediately, and in a very stern tone of voice.
hold on. However, if you want to try to conceal a weapon, you're staying outside and not moving, because you're spending your action doing that instead of moving in. Everybody's basically getting 1 move action to move into the room or to do an action of your choice.
Can I move through my compatriots here?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I guess I would be on
Can I have Moore do a thing?
How many actions do we get a round, or do we get...
No, you're getting 1 action, because this is you're basically all getting a chance to
just
do
one action.
one thing
You got it.
before the automaton reacts.
You got it.
So you're staying out
Well, yeah, because I
and trying
want
to
message
message.
it.
Okay.
I'm going to message it. New orders. The entrance is being attacked. Report immediately.
Front entrance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the front entrance is being new orders. The front entrance is being attacked. Report there immediately. And see if that fools it. Because they're supposed to be stupid. I don't know if it will, but I'm going to try that. It's going to get a voice inside of its head. So...
A voice
That's a good
inside
plan.
of its
I like it.
flame. Yes.
Maybe it works.
Find
out.
Give me
Performance?
Deception.
Yeah, deception.
I think a deception check.
Now would really be the time to roll well dice, please.
I will say this: it's not going to be easy.
Now would really be the time to roll.
Ooh, that's
well.
a nice die roll.
It's not bad.
18 on the die.
The creature looks at all of you, warily, unsure. It doesn't seem to like it seems like whatever the next course of action it was going to take was, it is like paused for a moment as it takes a step back and then starts alarming. As it starts making a very loud, siren noise. But it opens this door, this little half door that's here. It opens. Can you all see out of it? I don't know if you can.
Sometimes. A little bit.
Not right now.
Yes. It's
And then
open.
it will
I
walk
can see a
outside
desk out
the door.
there.
Woo.
It's making an
allowed
alarm
to move
noise and
inside
walking
now?
away.
Yeah, y'all can move inside. But an alarm is now going off from this guy.
That's fine. Close the door and then let's move
Okay, yeah,
quickly.
close the door.
Can I open this door here or this door here? I'll try.
Those are the bathrooms, right?
You open up and you see a bathroom.
Cool. Excellent. Awesome.
Who needs to
Your
tinkle?
Toilet, and it smells really fishy in here for some reason.
Yes.
Maybe there's a fish person working here.
And then Moore is going to message everyone who has weapons out. Put those away.
Yeah, alright. Gonna take an action to conceal a weapon. What kind of... Would it be
You
thievery?
can take an action to try to conceal a weapon. You're going to roll the check in your action list, concealing a weapon.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to conceal a 5-foot-long rifle.
You cannot.
You're gonna shut
You don't
up.
have
Only
to
items that have
conceal
concealability
it.
are able to be concealed.
You
Otherwise,
could at least
you cannot.
not have it drawn.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
and, like, holding
Just
it out
don't
like you're about to
look
shoot
like you're
someone.
about to shoot someone.
It's in his left hand, just down at his side. There's a knife in his right hand.
Okay, someone just walk through the fucking door before I lose my mind, please.
Okay, I will. If anyone, this. Okay, no.
Okay, stop. You see what you see, Crystal.
I see what I see.
Yeah. And we are going to start initiative.
Cool.
Okay,
Tomorrow. Well, next week.
tomorrow.
Well, we have 30
probably.
minutes, right?
No, we don't.
We have
Been 2
We're
hours.
done.
however much longer you want to go. We've been playing for 2
It's-
hours.
Yes, we've been playing for 2 hours.
Okay, we've been playing for 2 hours. Got it.
I'm hopped up on caffeine, but I don't know that I could sit through an entire initiative. So
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you walk
that
out
might take
into.
like an hour. Who knows? An hour and a half.
You guys walk out into the, or I'll say Crystal for now, but everybody else too, into the interior. Worn stone floors and threadbare furniture define the aesthetic of the establishment. A central wooden table crosses parallel to the doors, creating a barrier between those waiting for a teller and the long wooden half wall bisecting the room into north and south. Iron bars stand on top of the half wall and reach nearly to the ceiling, ending in sharp points. Sounds of business can be being carried out echo throughout the large chamber, which carries the dusty odor of decaying furniture. The southern half of the room consists of a teller stations and 2 wooden doors flanking a large metal vault door on 6-inch thick hinges. A single door in the half wall allows passage between the 2 halves of the chamber. A double door opens to the north outside, while doors on the northwest and northeast corners lead to east and west wings, respectively. So you can't. I don't know if you can see all of that right now, but basically, right here next to you is the giant vault.
Yep.
There's another door, like another building over here, or another like room over here. There are 2 rooms on the outside in the chamber. There are the front doors here, and what you see are 3 patrons and 2 automatons. As far as
I
people
can see
in the building,
one patron because for whatever reason I can't see over the counter except for in
'cause
3 little
apparently you're too
strips.
small to see it. I don't know
Zoom
why.
in on this
Oh,
guy's
because
face,
those are
though.
wooden.
He looks
Those
like
are wooden things that keep the tellers protected. They're little. So
Yes.
it's wood, and then they have the little circles. So that's why you can only see through those little areas like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, to get into the initiative, you take your token, you right click, and there's a little crosswords, and you click that, and that'll put you into the combat initiative counter. And then in the upper right hand corner, there's 2 crosswords. You click that, and you go down to your die, and you can click the die, and that will be your initiative. It'll automatically put you in.
I want to ask before we roll initiative, did the 2 people I sent private messages to before entering the building read the private messages I sent?
Yes.
Okay. It was you and it was Sasha.
I didn't get a private message. From
I
her.
sent you a private message. Scroll up in the thing. It 100% sent.
There was somebody
Oh.
running out of the bank in front. Mm-hmm.
What I've been wanting to say, like, zoom in on this guy's face. Like, look at this patron guy. Zoom in on his face. He looks like he huffs null shit. Just look at his face.
Oh, yeah.
Like he huffs what?
Look at him.
Hold on. I
No
gotta
shit.
show the audience now.
Did you say MILF shit?
He's got that.
No.
That's right.
No shit.
Okay. Has everybody added to the initiative? No. There are 2 people
I'll
who
do that real quick.
Malcolm needs
So
to add
I-
themselves to the
I
initiative.
click
And
the
then
crosswords,
I'll
and then
yeah, okay, you're good. Okay, everybody's good. Don't roll anything. I will roll everybody's initiative.
Okay.
This is public roll,
And we're doing it next time.
perception, and we
Next
will
time
start
on
the initiative
Dragon
next
Ball
game.
Z.
Next
Oh,
time.
God.
Ooh, somebody roll a 2. Bleh.
That's everybody's initiative.
Next time on
And
Dragon
a question
Ball Z.
mark.
I mean, some dice keep getting knocked over.
Question
I'm not sure that's
marksy.
going to affect
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Once
Krillin
once
can't
it
keep it in
lands,
his
it's
pants.
Damn. Okay. That is our initiative.
a really bad initiative.
We will start
Ugh,
the
I'm the
initiative
one
next
that got a
next-
4 on the die. How dare
You got a 4 on
you?
the die and you ended with a 20? I'm
10.
sorry.
Oh, no, that's something completely different.
Mhm.
Where
Yeah,
even
you
am
rolled
I?
a 20.
Oh, there I
You
am.
rolled a 15.
That would have been a 15 on the die. 15 plus 5.
Malcolm rolled a 15 as well.
I'm so
I got a
fast.
6.
Look how fast I am.
That will be the end of this session. That means that everybody who I'd given everybody, by the way, I don't know if y'all checked an extra hero point. That hero point, I'm going to
Noticed.
hold it over for the next session because it's supposed to be for this fight. Everybody will start next session with 2 hero points.
Oh, do hero points go away at the start of the
Awesome.
session?
They're supposed to go away at the start of the session. But I'm going to hold them over because
We have short sessions.
yeah, the 2-hour
2
sessions.
hours.
I'm going to say that a session is going to be every 3 games. We're going to
You'll
restart
clear
a new
your-
session, and everybody's hero points will get reset.
That
Alright.
sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me, brother.
All right. Well, that's it. I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight for watching.
We got a lot of. I want to thank Fat Corn on Twitch
Fat Corn on Twitch.
for keeping it
Yeah.
lively. Yeah.
The Morgan is my hero, so dreamy. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching the Dead Unicorns Outlaws of Alkenstar. Remember to rate and follow us where you're watching. Leave a comment as well. And from Logan, Sasha, Crystal, Victor, Corey, and myself, we are all hoping that you find some time to go roll some dice.